Hello everyone, Musto0063 back, as well as Liam for part 16 of I Want to Be the Sublime. And yeah, last time we got to boss 3, so yeah, without much further ado, because this is going to be a huge pain, let's go see who it is.
Musto's favourite boss.
I don't know how this is going to work. I was possibly going to ask you to do the... Ooh, nice music here. I was possibly going to ask you to do the dialogue from the other side of the conversation, but you might not be able to see it that one quick.
I reckon that would just be really weird.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. A visitor? Uh-oh. Mwahahaha. Welcome to my garden, little one. You walked right into my trap. But candy. You kids and your candy. Sweet treats and dusty donuts. You've neglected your vegetables. Reunions are always so special. Overgrown alien potato boob tube. I, the candy kid, will silence your nutritional sproutings. And as the text said, it's Boobus Tuber. And immediately we get into one of the huge problems I have with this boss. The abundance of mushrooms.
And before you say anything, I do know that potatoes aren't vegetables.
Okay. Let me skip all this. Tomato is also a fruit, so
I'll have some broccoli.
yeah. We'll have some mushrooms and some broccoli and God knows what else. But yeah, anyway. We are fighting a giant potato, and that was dumb, dying on one of the easiest things imaginable. But yeah, this boss, as I said in the part 15, is really freaking annoying. Way more difficult than any of the other ones. I'm actually going to turn the music down a bit because this is coming up really loud, so hang on just a second. There we go, it's a bit more manageable. And hopefully it's not going to burst your eardrums. So, when I get a spare moment, to start talking about attacks, and I hate that one. If I could dodge that one like 1 in times every 50, I'm quite pleased.
Would you say that's your worst?
Probably, yes. Although, despite that, I do feel like I've at least got a chance with it. Not a big chance, but ultimately I do feel like sometimes this boss just is ridiculously, at least at the moment, unfair. Particularly when these two moves go in tandem. You've got the giant mushrooms, which just damn. Which there seem to be like a random number or so, obviously not hundreds or whatever, but you know, a reasonably large number that could potentially appear on screen. They cover a huge, here we go, a huge proportion of the screen. You've got to stay fairly still there while the electric barriers or whatever come up, and I've got a small area of the platform on which to stand and be safe. And if there's a whole bunch of mushrooms on screen, it can be nigh on impossible to ever actually dodge them.
Yeah.
Or find a safe spot.
You actually outrun it though as well.
Anyway, right, since you've just done it there, the broccoli attack is kind of wow. Oh dear. I just jumped straight into the barrier, this thing, because I'm a complete idiot. Right, the broccoli, yeah, it kind of spins round and round, and as you can see now, it kind of does so in, it has kind of like maybe 4 or 5 set patterns. I guess wrong, we'll come to that in a moment. But yeah, the broccoli, yeah, spins round, and sometimes they can be really easy patterns to dodge, sometimes they can be really difficult, like, I'm going to say it again, what the hell am I supposed to do about that when there are 10,000 mushrooms on screen, and also the barriers where I've got nowhere to go. So, you know, that amount of mushrooms still seems like quite a lot, but the randomness or the RNG of the barriers was kind of kind there, at least where the mushrooms didn't bounce where I was. But yeah, that's going to be my huge problem with this fight. Stuff that just happens that I'm going to find nigh on impossible to avoid. The broccoli is probably the move I want to see the most. What are you going to do now? Okay, well, let's talk about the barriers. Again, they seem to be, or they can appear, get out of the way of that, they could appear seemingly... I'm going to go quiet here because I feel like I've got a really good flipping opportunity here. Oh my god, you're joking.
An hour and a half, yeah, right.
I'm seriously, that's so lucky. That is so lucky. And I kind of want to be quiet here. Oh, okay, I'll talk about it since I've got here because I was planning to talk about this well before I got anywhere near it. But I really kind of feel like I need to concentrate. Basically, these kind of green barriers or whatever, they kind of change direction at certain periods of time. The music is kind of really off-putting. It sounds like when you're kind of like, you know, deep-sea diving and your oxygen meter or something like that. But no, the music doesn't have any effect on that whatsoever. It's purely just there to kind of disorientate you. These things could change direction at a moment's notice. And I'm so flipping nervous. The key to this, obviously, because they could change at any point in time, is to be somewhat halfway between both. Don't get too close to either one of them. Because if they change direction on you quickly and unexpectedly, you're going to be stuffed. And you need to hit Boobus Tuber or his silhouette or whatever in the eyes. And oh my god, my hands are shaking. No! Oh, don't believe it! I don't believe it. I can't believe that. Seriously, I honestly was, when I said an hour and a half, I wasn't joking. This boss has some of the most annoying random patterns ever. I didn't get to talk about any of the attacks. I don't believe I just screwed that up. Seriously, my arms are still shaking. I can feel them visibly shaking, and I don't even know when they're going to stop. I can't believe that. Comments, Liam?
That was good.
Oh my god.
I didn't expect you to get that far that quickly.
Oh my god, I don't believe it. That, might as well talk about the second phase now because not that I felt like talking there ruined my train of thought or whatever. I just made the colossal mess up and I can't quite believe it. But I might as well kind of finish my final thoughts on that phase now, and because yeah, I want to go silent when that happens because I want to kind of listen out for. Although again, the music is a bit of a kind of a red herring, but I do kind of want to be able to have all my senses kind of at full focus. And if I feel like I'm having to speak or whatnot, then I'm going to kind of lose concentration. So yeah, basically, yeah, keep in the middle of the two green kind of circling barriers and try not to screw up jumping onto the platform. And with that, let's talk a few more things. Okay, the grape attack, and this one is actually the nicer of the two. He has two different distinct patterns with the grapes, and that's actually the easier one to dodge. So yay! Okay, what are you doing now? Gonna probably kill me. Yep, there we go. Right. Do you want to talk about his shaking from side to side and give me a bit of a breather? Because I'm still shaking!
So Boobus Tuber will choose one of three different motion attacks. He will do it on multiple. It's decided at the start, so every third turn, fourth turn, second turn. Not that early, but it's consistent afterwards. And there's three different motion attacks he will do, and they're all signposted. I've tried to explain the different signposting to Musto, but alas, I think you still find it quite difficult to figure them out.
I cannot tell them apart. There was ones where I kind of feel like, I'll tell you what this one is. I feel like he's going to go into the bottom left in the corner. No, so I kind of felt like he was going to go down and down to the bottom left and swoop upwards to the right. Hence why I kind of moved off to the right.
Okay, so if if he's moving up and down, he's going to do the full rotation, the full sweep, the big circle attack. If he's moving left and right, he's going to go just horizontal. And if he's kind of juttering, he's going to go up towards the left-hand corner.
In theory, that's how that's supposed to work, but I cannot for the life of me tell which direction or how he's vibrating. So ultimately, since it's the easiest attack to avoid, and unfortunately it is probably going to take some time or whatnot, ultimately the best strategy I have for that is to always, like now, go to the top left. If he does the one where he goes diagonal anyway, and he's got the tomato circling in, then it's a absolute bitch to dodge anyway, frankly. So no real hardship there anyway. But the easiest attack to avoid is if he just goes completely horizontally, and I'm at the top left corner, because that way I can just jump up, a bit to the left, double jump over him, and that's really easy to avoid. So, as much as it might look like I'm being stupid when when maybe it's clear to most people that he's gonna do the circling move, in which case if I'm at the top left I have no chance whatsoever of avoiding it. If he does that, I need to be at the top right hand side of the screen to avoid it. But yeah, since it's the easiest one to avoid, that's my best strategy, and just hope that he doesn't do that attack. If I can be really confident, although I frankly never can, or just something in my gut tells me that he's going to do the one where he swoops down and goes up, then I might go to the right. But when he does, if that happens and he then goes horizontally, I feel like a complete idiot, because if I'd stayed at the left-hand side of the screen, I'd have had an easy dodge. But by trying to be too cute about it, then I screw myself over. So, yeah.
Did you know about the whole multiple thing?
Yes, you did explain that. So, and it does seem very obvious to me that after a certain number of moves, that he will, or a certain amount of time, or even his health bar, that he will do a movement at some point in time. So that bit I've kind of got. I kind of at least predict when he's going to do something, when he's going to move. But that's not all that helpful in terms, because I can't see, because I don't know where he's going to move. And okay, in this kind of first video of however many, and I still can't believe I screwed up that second phase. I'm so stupid. The second phase.
So try looking at his feet, see if that helps you discern better.
Oh!
Nice. That is the hardest one to dodge, in my opinion.
Yes, completely agree. Don't you dare, broccoli! Don't you dare! I'm doing good here. Go, go, go! And apologies, I am now going to shut up. Oh my god, my hand is shaking again. I can't even... Yeah, like I said, don't get too ahead of yourself. If he changes that thing at a moment's notice, then you are liable to get screwed. I don't know if there is like a set time where he has to not change direction, but I swear to God, at least once he has changed direction within about a second of him previously doing it before, and it was really freaking annoying, because I was never in a million years expecting him to change that quickly. Oh, and don't touch his feet or anything like that, by the way, either.
Oh yeah, I think John did that. Or was it his feet? I've seen someone jump into him before.
Oh no. No! Oh, it changed at the worst possible time! Oh, no! I know it seems like I'm getting really angry here, but this boss is so annoying, and believe me, that second phase is a thousand times easier than the first phase. Well, that time I kind of feel like he screwed me. The first time was just my stupidity with the double jump, yeah, that was just completely my fault. But oh bloody hell! I would have died anyway. But yeah.
The second phase is actually based on the final boss of an old Taito game called Liquid Kids.
Oh, I'm so annoyed. If it wasn't abundantly obvious, I've got there twice in looking at the clock. I'm looking at the clock for the moment. 15 minutes. I could spend. I know it was like the first time I've done it, but I did this. I had kind of beaten this before on hard mode, even after I knew all the moves. It took me the best part of 3 hours. I can't believe that. I can't see that. I can't believe I did it. I got him to his second phase twice in 15 minutes, and that's so easy. That second phase. Well, again, okay, it's so nerve-wracking, and my hand is shaking all over the place, and it's so disorientating. And I pulled off an epic dodge, I think, in there as well, where he went up to the top left corner with the tomato shield as well, which makes it even more difficult to avoid. I'm so annoyed.
So have you noticed that pretty much every single one of his moves has variants to them?
Yes. Although this one is very difficult to discern any difference to. I have not dodged the bacteria yet. I hate it. Like I said, if I beat it 1 in 50 times, I'm pleased. In fact, if he does it first move, it's almost might as well just start the blooming fight over again, frankly, because it feels like, what's the point?
I might take the mushrooms out, you know.
Here we go. I'll leave it in and just try and dodge the damn thing, but no, I hate it. I have no problem with the mushrooms being there if there weren't so many of them. The only thing is they're just way too many of them. If it was like only that move as well that they could kind of appear, then fine. But when you start throwing in the laser grid and I mean this, what is anyone supposed to do about that? There's way too many mushrooms to destroy. You've got a tiny area of the platform in which you can stay on. You can't really jump or move. It's just.
So do you think it would be better if I reduced the number of them rather than take them out?
I think reducing the number of mushrooms would be fine, but as it is, there's just way too many. Or there can be way too many. Let me go back on that a bit. There are times where there aren't so many mushrooms, and again, fine. Or many mushrooms but without something else, and again, fine. But it's only.
Have you ever had the super fast broccoli, by the way?
Sorry?
Have you ever had the super fast broccoli?
Oh yeah, I think it's whizzed by at really ridiculous speeds. I'm mainly okay at dodging the broccoli, other than that really fast one where I just can't seem to quite predict where it's going to go. It does seem to spiral at the same place every time. I'm going to die, damn it. Well, the laser grid pattern was really awful there as well. Yeah, the broccoli, although there are different speeds at which and different, where it's going to finish up and everything, I'm mainly fine for most of them, except for the one where it just goes nuts. See, like there, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that and those mushrooms there, where there's nothing else. I think he's going to... I don't know what I thought he was going to do there, but he did the really annoying one anyway, which is really difficult to dodge.
You have a look at his feet and see if that helps you. I don't think you'll find it more helpful.
No. I thought he was going to go. I thought he was going to go to the bottom left, and whiz up. So, like I said, the best. I feel like at least, particularly without the tomato shield there as well. I feel like at least the best strategy for me. I know it sucks and everything, but the best strategy for me is to go to the top left. No, whoops. Hit my microphone and send it spiraling all over the place. To go to the top left, because then at least. Okay, yeah, fine. If he's going to go to the bottom left corner, I'm screwed. But if he goes just horizontally, I'm fine. If he even went to the top, if he even went to the top left with the diagonal, then I've got a chance of dodging it. If I'm over to the right, then I've got no chance of dodging two of the attacks. So it sucks, and it's not the strategy I would advise anyone out there watching this to actually employ. You say the advice is, yeah, watch Boobus Tuber, see how he vibrates, and depending on how he vibrates, you should be able to tell where he's going to move to, but I can't. Which unfortunately is a huge pain in the neck. I think we might have discussed all the attacks. I can't think of any that I haven't gone through. He does, one thing to mention, which you've probably all noticed anyway by now, is he does, be annoying, he does fling the tomato shield on occasion. Again, I don't know if there's any way of discerning when he's going to do that. That seems to be somewhat random, and I died to the easy grape pattern. Yay. Also a fruit, by the way. Go away, mushrooms. Go away!
Oh, that was a dull team.
While I'm in the middle of a rant, you know what else annoys me? The fact that you've got to drop so far to go to the boss. It didn't annoy me during Alex Kidd. For some reason it just didn't feel as annoying, but I always feel kind of pissed off. Maybe because it just feels like he's being cheap or something, I don't know. So yeah, see, that's what I want. That's ideally what I want. Horizontal, top left corner. You did the annoying great pattern, or the annoying for me anyway. Damn! Oh, bastard! I was doing so well on health there as well. Top left corner, horizontal, everything's hunky-dory. And if I can kill him quick enough so that he doesn't only kind of moves once, which I think I must have done actually, both times where I have actually got him down to the second phase, then, oh no, then yay. So all I really need, if I can get a lot of hits on, is yeah, top left corner and horizontal move, which is relying a little bit on luck, but yeah, this boss is kind of annoying, and I'm still reeling from two failed second phases. Under normal circumstances, I would never die to that to his second phase, but just getting there is not normal circumstances. The other good thing about, I guess, the movement, if and when he does it, is he does seem to fling his tomatoes at you. Tomatoes, I don't care. Right, for goodness sake. Concentrate, don't screw me over. Oh my god. Oh my god, why is this happening to me? I'm gonna cut the video there and hope that my luck and skill on the second phase changes in a moment, because I can't believe that's 3 times. I can't believe it. I have no words.